Let's get straight into it. Come to kneel towards the back of your mat, knees touching. Lower your torso over your thighs, finding a child's pose with the spine round. Option to add props here, perhaps finding support under your forehead if it's hovering off the ground with a folded towel or blanket. And if hips are uncomfortably floating mid-air, it might feel good to place a cushion or pillow under the seat. We're here in this first yin posture for 3 minutes, and you'll hear a tone when it's time to come out of this shape. Today's focus is on releasing tension in the back. I know most of us are in desperate need of this, myself included. Bring your attention to your breath and see if you can notice subtle movement, low back rising as the lungs inflate on your inhale, and then a subtle descend on your exhale. And just finding a sense of peace with that rhythm of breath in, expansion, and then breath out, softening. Slowly rolling your spine up to kneel. And then place your fingertips down, lift up your hips, shifting onto your feet from here, coming into dangling or ragdoll pose, allowing knees to be nice and generously bent, letting your spine round, chin in towards your chest, no tension in your neck. And from here, just allowing the force of gravity to do the work for you, trying to completely relax. Releasing through the entirety of the back of the body this time. This pose, in fact, remaining poses can all be really helpful for relieving the symptoms of sciatica as we're really getting deep into the back chain of the body. And this entire line from the back of the head, the back of the neck, all the way down the spine, along the glutes, down the back of the legs, is also the pathway of the bladder meridian in traditional Chinese medicine. And again, we're holding this posture for 3 minutes, and we're just coming up to about the halfway point. Deeply bend your knees and lower down onto your mat, coming again into a kneeling position, or any sitting position if kneeling is uncomfortable, just for a short rebound. Just taking a moment to reorient, so being in an inversion with head lower than the heart for several minutes can, in some instances, cause dizziness, which we don't want. So just taking a little moment to rest. And just taking a moment to check in with yourself, noticing how you're feeling. And we'll make our way into our next posture, coming to sit with legs extended in front of you. Knees can be bent. You can also add a prop like a cushion or a bolster underneath the knees. And we're setting up for a yin style forward fold. So different to seated forward folds in the more yang active style classes. Here you are tipping the chin down towards your chest, rounding the spine. Allow your arms to drape either side of your legs so we're not reaching for the feet. Palms face up. And once again, we're allowing gravity to do the work for us. This time we're here for longer, 6 minutes. Allow your legs to be completely relaxed. And as you allow those muscles to loosen and release, notice if your feet have a natural tendency to flop in towards each other or flop out. No judgment, just noticing. It's always interesting to notice what our natural tendencies are. It says a lot about what our internal structure is, and a lot of yoga is learning about ourselves, learning about the inner body. No forcing here, complete relaxation, just allowing your legs and your feet to do whatever happens when letting go of control over your muscles. And this particular posture in yin is, well, for me at least, a really interesting pose because I find that the sensations can change quite dramatically throughout the length of the hold. So we always hold seated forward fold for quite a long period in yin yoga. Your experience might be completely different to mine, as we're all very unique. But I tend to find for the first minute or so, the sensations are most prominent in the back of my neck and upper back. And then gradually the sensation travels down, lower down the back, and then into the glutes, then into the legs. It might be completely different for you. I just want to tell you what my experience is so that you know if you're experiencing something similar, it's completely normal. And again, this can be a fantastic shape for students who are suffering with sciatica. But if you are feeling nerve discomfort, please adjust yourself by either bending your knees a little bit more deeply or adding in some props to ease out those sensations. We want to be really careful to find a balance here. So being able to distinguish between good sensation and bad pain. You never want to push yourself into a position where you're feeling sharp or electrical pain. And holding poses for longer periods also allows us to experience the meditative effect of the practice. Notice without judgment if your mind feels busy here. What is the theme of your thoughts? Just noticing that. Seeing if you can allow yourself to notice the thoughts as an observer of your mind, becoming a witness rather than being absorbed. We're more than halfway. Noticing if your body feels like it wants to release a little bit deeper, just allowing that to happen. Last couple of breaths. Please take your time to release this pose, turning palms face down and gently pressing yourself up to upright your spine. Scoot forward and lie down with knees bent, feet out wide for constructive resting pose as a rebound to that long hold. Allow your knees to knock in together or take any other position that feels restful to you. Our last gym pose will be our deepest one, the snail pose, otherwise known as plow pose. You'll lift your legs and your hips up in the air, feet landing on the mat behind your head. Take your hands to your low back for support. And then once you're up, see if you can shimmy your shoulders together as you set up in this shape. And then once you're in position, really allow your legs to relax. And most likely you'll find that the knees will bend. And if this shape is not working out for you, don't worry, don't be hard on yourself. Instead, watch what I'm doing now. I'm going to demonstrate an alternative. So you're coming into a seated squat with the knees out wide, clasp your hands behind your head, allowing the spine to round. And if you're trying the snail and feel like the back of your neck is pressing into the floor, I'd recommend coming out of the pose and setting up a folded blanket underneath your shoulders, and that's going to allow your neck some additional space. We're not in this pose for too long. This is just a 2-minute hold. And this is quite an intense one, so if at any point it does feel like it's getting too much, please come out. Okay, we're in the last minute. Now, please be very mindful coming out of this pose, taking your hands to your low back. Really slowly lower down, taking the knees in towards your chest, lowering your back onto your mat, then hugging both knees in towards your chest for another rebound here. After holding this particular pose, it is completely normal for your back to feel quite fragile. So don't worry too much if you're feeling a lot of sensation. It will gradually ease off. But you want to make sure that you take things nice and easy, move slowly. And just taking an asymmetric approach here. If any movement is feeling good for you right now, perhaps taking the knees wide, rocking side to side, or knee circles, or maybe holding in stillness is the right thing for you in this moment. So you have the power to make this choice. And when you're ready, allow your legs to extend out long, Coming to lie down in our final resting pose, Shavasana. We've been doing a lot of deep work in the back. And if your low back tends to feel a little bit fragile or sore, it can be quite nice to take a bolster or a cushion or pillow underneath the knees. Allowing yourself to completely let go and rest. If your mind has wandered off, gently pull it back, becoming aware once more of your body as it lies on your mat. Take a deep breath in and exhale, beginning to find movement in fingers and toes. Reaching arms overhead, take a full body stretch and then bend one knee and then the other. Come up to a sit. We'll take a few stretches to get the spine moving in different directions before we close out our practice. Firstly, come into a nice side bend. And then switch the sides, breathing deeply into the side of the body. Return to center. Clasp your hands behind your back, squeezing shoulder blades together, opening up your chest. And then reversing that, taking your hands forward and rounding through the upper back. Let's take a twist to the right. Sitting up nice and tall. And then a twist to the left. Return to center. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this practice. It would mean the world to me if you could support my small but growing yoga channel by giving this video a thumbs up. And if you're not already subscribed, hitting that subscribe button. I'll see you very soon. Thank you so much. Namaste.